Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you. This is another presentation from www.central-mosque.com and from the Humble Heart YouTube channel about starting Ramadan on Friday, the 24th of April, 2020. If you're having trouble keeping up with me, simply switch on subtitles or closed captions, and the button looks something like this in this video. The reason for making this video so early is because some of the scholars and mosque committees have already decided that they're going to start Ramadan tomorrow. They simply wait until after sunset to give you the impression that they actually try to sight the moon. I'm going to be brief and to the point. I suggest that you pause this video to go through writing on some of the slides if you want to read it in more detail. When it comes to Islam, the events of the future are described, and it says there will come a time when things will become so confusing and so deceptive that a large number of people will simply abandon worshipping Allah Ta'ala and worship a false god. How is that even possible for so many people to be misled? Let me show you the trail. This is the map of the world, or part of the map of the world. Very easy for you to understand. People live in this part of the world, and people live in the east, and people live in the west. When you travel from the east, the sunset is later. So if the moon is seen anywhere in Australia, it will definitely be seen in Asia, and it will be seen in Africa, and it will be seen in Europe, and so on and so forth. This is the single most important test of accurate moon sighting. When the moon is seen in some part of the world, as you move westward, it will definitely be seen because the sunset is later. The moon will be higher in the sky and much brighter. It is really simple as that. You can call your relatives back in Asia and you can find out that there's a thing called time zones, and the earth has time zones and the earth is round. Very easy for you to understand. Let's go through the reports for Ramadan 1444 today. Fiji Island, moon not seen. New Zealand, moon not seen. Australia, moon not seen. Moving over to the continent of Asia, Sri Lanka, moon not seen. Pakistan, moon not seen. India, today is the 28th, so you can effectively say moon not seen. Oman, moon not seen. Moving over to Saudi Arabia, moon is seen. How is that even possible? Well, the cat is out of the bag. Basically, they don't sight the moon at sunset, and they don't use telescopes or binoculars or anything like that. Here is today's report from UAE, and these guys are experts of moon sighting, and they're clearly saying that they sighted the moon before sunset, right here. I'll have the link in the description. And basically they're using CCD imaging. I have an entire video on this technology, and CCD imaging isn't moon sighting. Feel free to search on this channel and learn about CCD imaging. I'm just going through this as quickly as I can. Now let's go through the edge of the Indian Ocean. Reunion, pristine conditions and no atmospheric pollution. Moon not seen. Now we enter the third continent of Africa. Malawi, moon not seen. Zambia, moon not seen. Zimbabwe, moon not seen. South Africa, moon not seen. South Africa is at the tip of Africa, as you know, so that means it has superb sighting conditions as Cape Town juts out into the ocean. Brilliant conditions, still moon not seen. I'm recording this video early, so there may be many countries out there and they may pull moon sighting from their back pockets, but the same concepts apply. If you sight the moon at one place, as you move left or westwards, basically the moon will be easily seen because of time zones. You understand time zones. Various countries have time zones. Sunset will be later. Now, let me show you a little bit about science. One of the factors of moon sighting is altitude or height. The ground is 0 degrees. Very easy for you to understand. There's no height here. 0 degrees. This child is looking up at the moon. If you look at it, it is roughly 9 to 10 degrees. This child looks up and the moon is right there. In Saudi Arabia, the altitude of the moon today is 4 degrees. In London, it is 2 degrees. There's no technology invented on Earth which can make you see things into the sky at your knee level. It isn't possible. With so much confusion going around, what is the solution? The solution was, is, and will always be the Quran and the Sunnah. Don't argue, don't debate. The Sunnah tells you, if in doubt, leave it out. Simply tell people, tell your Imam, tell your mosque, that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ asked us to go sight the moon on the 29th at sunset, locally, and that's what we will do. If we sight it, we'll have Ramadan the next day. If we don't sight it, we'll have Ramadan the day after. I love everyone for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I wish them the best of luck. But what happens 2 continents away in Saudi Arabia or Pakistan or any country for that matter is not my business, frankly. So don't force it on me. I am going to follow the Sunnah. So if you're going to tell me that what I'm proposing is not Sunnah, feel free to correct me. And if you agree it is Sunnah, then leave me alone to follow it. If you choose not to follow it, that's your business. Now, after listening to this, your heart will simply not accept that your scholar, your mufti, your mosque can simply mislead you on this issue. And to be frank, they may not be doing so deliberately. It is simply confusing. So what are you going to do? Should you just follow your local mosque, pretend that you don't understand, and keep on going along so not to upset people? Your choice. But one day, you will make a choice that will be deadly because you need to think about it and you need to stick to the Quran and the Sunnah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.